Hey everybody, this is Michael, and this is Airships, Conquer the Skies, a game by David Stark. I believe it was written by David on his own, although he may have a publisher. The game came out in early access in 2015 sometime, and it's going to be going live in full version on August 16, 2018. And I was given a key to check out the game, so I thought I would do so. So Airships is a steampunk kind of flying ships with guns sort of thing. Little guys run around on the ship and manage things like the amount of coal that various systems are getting, and your ship can take damage to individual components and fall apart into pieces in a fiery death. We can also make land ships that can walk around and crawl around on tracks, and can build buildings that can fight. So there's a number of different ways to play the game. We've got the tutorial here, which I've gone through most of it, not the boarding one and not the final test. But you can find out all about the different components of the ship in the tutorial. We've got missions, individual missions, sort of a random meeting of scouts, an assault on a fortified location, etc. So you can go through that if you like. There's also Conquest Mode, which is a campaign-style game where you can set up your own little steampunk empire on a map and fight against other territories that are nearby. Design your own ships, put them in your catalog, build defensive structures, manage production, all sorts of things. It's got a really cool system that you can edit your coat of arms, and it actually changes the... some of this is confusing to me. Party on bend sinister, party per chevron. I don't know what all that is. But like the lion here gives 50% faster reload and boarding. So you can change all of these sorts of components to customize your empire. And then there's also Design and Fight, which lets you create kind of a combat scenario where you can add ships and buildings and land ships and fight them. So those are the different kinds of ways to play. There's also multiplayer, and as you can see here, they have little skirmishes for people. Next multiplayer hour, August 5th. I have not participated in any of that, and I haven't played the game very much, and I pretty well suck at it. But let's take a look at the Design and Fight. And let's just straight up go into combat here. So we get a different landscape, and I think we can edit the landscape. What can we do? Yeah, we can place a lot of bits of things, and let's get out of that. And we can also add different kinds of things. So we can add a building, for instance. Let's see, what is defensive structure 17? Yeah, sure, let's add that. So it depends which side you add it on, right? So enemy or us, and its firing arcs are pointing that way, so let's flip it and pop it there. So there's a defensive tower. We'll stop placing. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Well, okay, we got a different place. Let's try it again. I didn't mean to do that. I think we want this to be flipped this way, though. And let's stop placing and then add an airship, and maybe let's just grab an airship. I don't know how to see exactly what these creatures have on them. Oh, okay, there we go. Aerial torpedoes. HMS Acrid Stench. Acrid Stench. Enough hammocks to sleep 12 sailors. Looks like it doesn't have any guns on it, though. HMS Bastard. 3 vertical mass. Is this one going to show us what it's got? Filled with tools. Okay. Oh, I see. You can roll over each individual component. So this has a bunch of cannons. So let's just add it and play with it here. So I'm going to flip it this way. I don't know why they're coming in backward. Normally they'll flip you appropriately, but they all seem to be flipped backward. So we've added the ship, and we've got this building here. If we start the game, I think, yeah, we'll end up playing this guy. So you can move your ship around like this, and service ceiling is how high you can go. It's based on your weight. And of course we do far outclass this little turret here. But we can move around and we'll shoot at it. And we'll take a look inside here. It's really loud. And in fact, I had to turn off the music. Even the lowest setting was a little slow. So we've got lots of things you can do. You can ram, you can ground the ship. Don't know what B does. Board ship. You can target an individual ship. And as you can see, they'll kind of do their own thing here, right? So we could bring it over here. There's no guns on the backside. We could bring it over here and flip it around, and your ship will move. Bear in mind, it won't flip around until the end, though. So if you're passing a ship a long way and it's got its guns trained on you, you might not want to do this maneuver. You might want to keep it kind of, make sure your guns are facing the way they need to be facing. immediately and then move your ship backward. But anyway, that's all that happened there. So let's exit combat. Let's go take a look at the let's take a look at the airship editor. So we select a module from the list and click on the blank screen. Can we just open a design? Yeah, let's say this Falcon here. Let's open this, and then we can edit it. So we can see here that we have a couple of aerial torpedoes. That is this entire module right here. And then back here we have an ammo store. We have a suspendium chamber, which is what gives our ship lift. And how much lift does it give? Generates 2,000 lift, which I presume offsets 2,000 worth of weight. That's probably correct, although this certainly doesn't weigh much. Where's the weight on that? 50. Yeah, it doesn't seem to weigh all that much. We got quarters here, the coal store here, propeller here. There doesn't appear to be a bridge on this one, which means that I don't think we'd be able to command it. Can we just play with it? No, I guess we would have to use it somewhere. But anyway, you've got a lot of things you can do over here. If we go to armor, you can see the outside of the ship, and we also have the ability to paint. So if we didn't like the blue, or purple, we could paint it blue. In armor, you can change the different types. It looks like we've got steel armor here. You could, if you wanted to, replace it with wooden armor, for instance. I thought, but maybe not. Oh, that was wooden armor. It was just painted. I see. Okay. Yeah, and so all this stuff changes your weight and performance characteristics. And then we've got some overlays here. Pathing. I think this is have to have open pathing to all of your weapons so people can bring armor and stuff to it. Hit point ratings, so it'll show how many hit points you have in various sections of the ship. Water, not entirely sure. I think that we can add in a fire point, 2 massive water tanks, provide means to extinguish fire. So I think you could throw a water tank on here. Or maybe there is one. If we turn off overlays, was there a water tank? Yeah, there is a fire point. Okay. I wasn't sure about that. And repair tools, there's no repair bay in here. Could we add one? Like if we added a repair bay. Yeah, notice the little white stick that points up shows that we have pathing. So we've added a repair bay, and now we can see repair tools. So this is the... I'm not sure what the number means, but obviously the further away it gets, the higher it gets, and therefore probably the less effect this repair bay would have on things. Can one go back here and see what happens? Yeah, so it'll help you guide you with your ship, I'm guessing. Shows where we need the weapon from. Maybe that's how long it takes, one move kind of thing, 1 second, to get some ammo over here. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I know that the ammo store is flammable, however. It shows our coal and where that needs to go. What room is this? This is the coal store. It needs to go to the suspendium chamber and the propeller. And then explosion damage. I guess this is risk if a thing explodes. Okay. So anyway, that's what the airship editor is like. Building editor is very similar. If we open a design, for instance, we could take the Keep of Crows here, open it up, and you can see everything this guy's got. We've got some little guys with rifles here. What's this? A barracks. Rifles. These are, a cockpit. Okay. There's cockpits and there's a bridge. We have cannons, ammo store down here. We've got a fire point. All right, pretty cool. Let's look at the landship editor. Actually, I want to see, do we have a walker in here? No, that's got wheels. That's got treads. Oh, okay, here's a strider. And an inferno, a little 2-legged walker. You know, I think we need to see this in combat, don't we? Let's add a landship. Let's add a strider. Or an inferno, actually. Let's add an inferno over here. Okay. And then stop placing, and let's add a building. And maybe this little... Maybe not the Keep of Crows. Maybe the Sentinel here. It's pretty minor. Just want this to last for a little bit. Yeah, okay. Let's try it out. So no target is available. I think that's probably because it's out of range. So let's move our guy up a little bit. Our opponent is weak. We will sweep them away easily. There's our guy walking. This is so cool. And I think physics does apply, so like your dude can fall over. Okay, I guess we gotta move closer. No target available. How close do we have to get to this thing? Oh, they're flamethrowers. Oh, and that's what it's called, Inferno. Oh my goodness. Okay, for the Empire indeed. My goodness, I did not realize that it was flamethrowers. I should have looked at that. Wow, okay, that was impressive. Let's try the Strider instead. What do you have? You've got cannons. Yeah, okay, cannons. That'll give us probably a little bit more range. Let's try that, and then let's throw in a building. Actually, let's just add a land ship. What the heck? The Inferno would be good because it's really short range, it seems. There we go. It flipped nicely. It's going to be faster, and it's going to have a little more damage, I expect, but it's going to, you know, be on its own there. So let's move it up. Can our guy cross this, I wonder? Ideally, we'd want to stay away, right? Let's have it focus on shooting. Normal fire. I'm not sure. Let's move back, actually. Can we back up? Oh, he fell down. But that was pretty deft, though, his maneuver. Okay, it appears to be damaged, like it's not moving closer. This isn't smart, right, from a fighting point of view, but let's move forward. I want to see this Inferno in action here. You can get an outside view, so you can see the armor and stuff. It's Strider written on the outside. That's pretty cool. It does get really loud when I move in, though, so I'm going to stay back a little bit. I was having such trouble with this when I first started, just because the music volume was so loud. There's like 10 notches, and I have it on the first one, and it stops at the first one. But on the second one, too loud. So I guess it's cannons. Oh, no, there it goes. Okay, that might be bad. But I think we blew it up. Yeah, there it goes. We blew it up. Oh, no, the enemy walker survived. Wonder why we won. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, I just wanted to make this quick little video since the dev sent me a key. I think it's a super cool little game. I'm going to play with it a little bit and try it out. I haven't had much time to play games lately, but I wanted to check this one out. And it's got a very good rating on Steam. And I think it's pretty intricate. And I think if you're into designing your own vehicles and stuff, that you probably would like it a lot. There's a lot of these kinds of games. But the Conquest mode is actually very cool, and I'm thinking once I learn how to design and build effective ships and use them in combat, that playing in the Conquest mode will be pretty fun. Let's go ahead and just go ahead and start the thing, though, and take a look at what this looks like, since we didn't get to that. So it has a lovely little map here. This looks like a military-style, you know, an old school military style map, like a medievalish bit of a thing. Thulu is your home city. Cities that are yours have your flag. Each city you conquer gives you additional income, but you must also be defended. And we're actually running ahead in time here, so I'll slow it down. So we got 1066, Battle of Hastings amount of currency, and we're gaining 147 every period. I'm not sure what period. There's research that we can do. So we start out with some basic research, and you can add more, and you can choose what level of research you start out at in your opening setup there. So there's that. You can also design ships, build ships, etc. We can check out the defenses of our home city. And over here we have the Watchful Redoubt, the White Lookout, the Shining Tower, and the Watchful Redoubt again. I think these are all sort of randomly named. There are floating avatar islands over here. And apparently we've got a ship too, the Alligator. Which, what does the Alligator have on it? The Alligator has, I guess we can't actually see. We'd have to go to refit or something to see the details of it. Let's leave from there. So that's our home city. And I think, yeah, we can click to move it to different places. Right now we're clicking on just the Alligator, just the ship. So let's see. Let's hit OK here. This is your starting fleet. Click on it, and you can see the ships in it in the panel on the right over here. You can click on individual ships to select and deselect them before you give commands. You can build up your fleet. You can construct a new airship. Select your home city and choose build airship. Maybe we can try that. Let's build a ship. Let's just build a simple one here. This bat, maybe. And can we not build that? I guess not. Maybe we don't have the tech required to build that. So I think it will tell us how long it will take to build that ship. Yeah, there it goes. It's got a progress bar that shows us how long it'll take to build the ship. And let's see, are we going to end up with it here in our inventory? Yeah, there's our fleet. We have the alligator and the acrid stench. Let's just move it here and see what happens. Is this, maybe there's nothing there. This looks like our territory, Lubid. Okay, I see. Open places have move and other places have invade. And you can see these guys are over here already conquering people. Well, let's go ahead and just try invading and see what happens with our two crappy ships. We're going to get blown up. Control the speed of the game using these controls. You can pause it at any time. And now I guess we're going to go to a combat screen. A nest of giant spiders has been discovered. Okay. So here's our two ships, and what do we have over here? Little ground bases. Okay. Well, let's start it and see. Tab will switch between the ships, so let's try that. Looks like I can't go over it, so I'm gonna have to go under it. Oh, okay. I thought you guys would avoid that rock. I can't give it another command right now. So they're firing, I guess. Can they really hit us from where they are? I don't know. Let's move you just down, and then we'll move it forward. And he's got to complete his entire move there before you get control back. So this has no target available. What is target range? Oh, there we go. Okay, now we're in target range. I guess we're dropping grenades on him. Let's move him forward. I don't know what this ship is equipped with. I should have looked, right? But we're dropping grenades. That's working pretty well, looks like, on that one ship, one building. But we're probably taking, like, massive damage here. Do you have anything to shoot with? Oh, they've just got rifles. That's quite bad, actually. That would be a bad thing to try to get involved with. Let's see if we can move it forward. Oh, no, not you. Not you. Move up here, acrid stench. I meant to move you forward. See if your rifles can get in range a little bit. This is obviously a poorly planned maneuver. I just wanted to try it out. And we could flee to leave the battle. I guess there's no other... I guess just flee. Looks like we're getting shot. Oh yeah, this ship is about to go away. It has been pretty well beaten up by the rifles. I presume that's what these guys have. And they are heavily armored here, it looks like. Yeah, there he goes. He's crashed. He's crashed. It's not going to go well for these fellows here. There's all kinds of little icons that are popping up. I don't know what those icons are. And I don't think we're going to get through these guys with rifles, so let's flee. So the alligator has surrendered. The acrid stench is immobile. We did destroy the crew quarters of the Great Fastness, but the rest of them survived. So anyway, that's kind of a quick look at what the campaign game is like. I do want to check it out at some point, but for now, I think I'm going to abdicate the throne and go back to the game. If you guys want to check this out, it is on Steam. I'll have a link in the description below, and I'll talk to you guys next time around. See you soon. Bye.